Hey guys, I want to talk to you today about John Locke. So we're going to spend some time with the idea of who John Locke is and kind of his influence on the Declaration of Independence and American government, because he's a huge kind of push within the American philosophy, American political philosophy. So when we talk about John Locke, he is going to come in think in his ideas during a time of what we call the Enlightenment. And in the Enlightenment, it's this new and different kind of way of looking at things. Like, we want to be able to figure things out. Why do things happen? So you may know Sir Isaac Newton, the idea of him sitting under a tree and this apple falls on his head, and he wants to know, why does this apple fall on his head? So he spends time figuring it out and calls it gravity. So John Locke's big focus is political philosophy. So he wants to know, why do people form governments? Right? He believes that we are born into a state of nature where there are no governments, whether you believe the world was created in 6 days and you have Adam and Eve, or you believe that humans evolved from a less complex species to a more complex species, government has to be created along the way. So John Locke believes that we come from a state of nature, and in the state of nature, it is everybody for themselves. We are naturally selfish individuals who are just trying to protect what we have. And his idea is we have natural rights. So his idea of natural rights, you can see my bad handwriting. And I can't spell. And those are life, liberty, and property. And those might also sound familiar because they're going to tie into the next thing we talk about. But humans, guys, are born with natural rights that every person has. We have the right to life, we have the right to liberty and freedom, we have the right to property. Now, in the state of nature, those things can come in conflict. So if I have a right to property, I might want to go and take somebody else's property because I think it's mine. I might take somebody's life for that. Or I have complete and total freedom, so I have the freedom to take people's property or take people's life. So people are really scared. They don't get a lot done in the state of nature. So John Locke believes that people give up their natural rights, or some of their natural rights, in order to have other ones protected. So an example of this, we may give up some of our liberty and our property in order to protect our life. Another example of this is if I am driving down the road, if I'm driving down 20, I may drive, the speed limit. I may drive a little bit above the speed limit, but I'm probably not going to drive 100 miles an hour down 20 because I want to protect life and property. I have the freedom to drive 100 miles an hour down 20, but I'm going to basically obey the speed limit, because I'm trying to protect property because I get in a car accident. My car is going to be damaged. I'm also trying to protect life too. Another thing about John Locke that is also significant is he changes the relationship of government and the way that people think about government. So before John Locke, power came from God, So God, gives power to the king, and the king tells the people what to do, So you have God, king, and then people. That's our relationship. We call this divine right? Locke flips it on its head. He said that's not the case. What you have is people give up power to the government. And that government could be a king, or it could be something else. So under this divine right one, like we're talking about here, the people are actually believing that God gave power to the king, so they were giving up that power. Where Locke says we need to flip it on its head, and we need to flip it so people are giving power up to the government. And when that government is not protecting enough of people's natural rights, then those natural rights are being violated, then people can overthrow the government. And that is the basis of the Declaration of Independence. And so we'll see the Declaration of Independence use Locke's ideas of life, liberty, and property life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If you have any more questions about John Locke and how he influences American political philosophy, please let me know. Please send me an email or add that to the discussion. Thank you.